everybody, welcome back to Ultra Mad Glen. In this video we're going to talk about back-to-back running days, what they're good for, why you should be doing them, and what it looks like. Also, what you need to be careful of. So let's jump in with what you should be careful of if you're running back-to-back days and what that actually looks like. So what it looks like is, whenever you pick 2 days and you decide to go long, usually it'll be the days that you have the most times, and depending on your circumstance, everybody is totally different, whether it's family, work commitments, whatever it is. So your back-to-back days might look slightly different to mine or somebody else's, but you pick the 2 days that you have the most time and you get out there and you do a long run one day, and just for the hell of it you do a longer run the second day. Now if you come from a marathon background or the shorter distances, you might think, oh, that doesn't make sense, I only ever have done one long run. And certainly there are people out there that's training for 100 miles, 200 miles, the longer distances, that don't use back-to-back days, and that's perfectly cool. I just find that they work for me, and that they work for a lot of others that I talk to and a lot of others that I train with. So what do you have to be careful if you do decide to go down the back-to-back running days? The biggest risk is injury, obviously, as in whatever way you decide to train for a 100-mile race, our biggest risk is going to be injury. Getting you to the start line injury free, fit and ready to race is the #1 goal. So any kind of session that pushes the body that little bit further, whether it's tempo, whether it's long runs, we've got to be that little bit more careful. So in saying that, is it more benefit to go out and run a 100-mile, which a lot of people seem to want to do whenever they're running a 100-mile race? They think they have to have run the distance before they actually run the race. Incorrect. To get that mental benefit of it, is it more dangerous to do that than to go out and run 50k one day and 50 mile the next day, or vice versa? Obviously you're reducing the chance of injury, spreading it out over the 2 days. You're getting the feeling that you've run the distance, you're getting the feeling that you're running on tired legs, all the benefits that I'm just about to talk about you're going to get. So to me, the risk of injury, whether it's one really long day or a short day, 2 shorter days broke up, is a no-brainer, to be honest, if your life and lifestyle allows you to do that with your time that you have. So to me, I certainly think back-to-back running days are the way to go. Now what they look like and what's the real benefit of them is, as I said, you pick your 2 days that you've got the most, depending on your training schedule, depending on what you're training for. You might only be training for a 50 miler, and your back-to-back days are going to be shorter than if you're training for a 100 miler. But what that looks like is pretty much you pick your day depending on your starting point. You pencil in your long run, which should be the longest run that you can do comfortably at the minute. You start with that and you add slightly more the next day once you do it, and that's your back-to-back long runs. Obviously either side of that you're going to want a slightly easier day before your long run, and certainly you want a recovery day, low intensity, plenty of time to recover the day after your recovery run. Also, on your back-to-back days, you're going to be at race pace for whatever race you're doing. As I say, if it's a 100-mile race, you're probably going to be wanting to include some hiking. If you're training with heart rate, which I highly recommend, and I'll link to the video up here. But you're going to want to stick with that during your long runs. So yes, they are longer, but they should definitely be lower intensity, and they should definitely be not a case that you're pushing through the pain to complete them. If there is any pain, stop. Leave it until you can do it or without pain free. So quite simple in terms of what they look like. It really is as simple as, I can run this distance as my long run. I'm going to do that this day, and I'm going to add about 3 or 4k, 5k, 6k on the next day, and I'm going to do the same again. So we jump into the benefits of the running long back-to-back days, and without doubt the number one for me is mentally. And I know a lot of people don't buy into the mental strength thing for ultras. A lot of people do, but it's that mind-body connection that you woke up in the morning, your legs are tired from the day before, you're thinking, oh my god, I have to get up and I have to run again. And once you get up and you do that, your mind starts going, this guy's gonna do this regardless, and you start running on your tired legs, and week after week it gets easier, it gets easier. It gets to the point where your mind doesn't even start going, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. It just knows it has to do it. It knows you have to continue to run on tired legs, and as I say, that is going to come in extremely handy whenever you're getting to the later stages of your 100-miler, 200-miler, the furthest distance you've ever run, whatever the case is. That is going to be a huge benefit, guys. So look, definitely benefit of training on tired legs. Mentally, physically, your body knows that you can continue to keep going. Your mind's telling it to keep going even though it's tired. So your legs are getting stronger from going out, putting extra Ks on them again. They're getting stronger and fitter. To me, it's a win-win situation. So look, hopefully that has made a little bit of sense of running on back-to-back days. Coming up in the next video, it's going to be training for 100 miles, how that looks like, and what's the best way to approach it. So check that video out, and I'll link it to it at the end screen. Thank you for each and one of the subscribers that's out there that's already subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, and as usual, if you've got something from this video, hit the like button. Keeps it relevant for everybody else. To the next time.